Looking at number 17 from our review, we are going to write the equation of a parabola given x-intercepts and another point. So since we are given the x-intercepts, what we're going to do is we have to write our equation in factored form, which is this form right here. And you're going to start by entering in your x-intercepts for these two x values, and you put them in as opposites. So we have y equals a, x. So our first x-intercept is at 6, 0, so we're going to enter that in as minus 6. X, our other x-intercept is at negative 2, so x plus 2. Oh, no, we don't have the a value. So to get the a value, we're going to plug in x and y, the point that we were given, which is 8, 10. So we have 10 equals a times 8 minus 6 times 8 plus 2. And then now we solve this equation for a. So to do that, I'm going to start by combining together the numbers in my parentheses. So we have 8 minus 6 is 2. And then we have 8 plus 2, which is 10. So 10 equals 2 times 10 is 20. A times 20 is 20a. Divide both sides by 20, and we end up with 1/2 as our a value, or if you want, you can write that as 0.5. So now we have our a, so we go back up to this equation and we plug in our a value. So our final equation then is y equals 1/2 times x minus 6 times x plus 2. The directions do not say what form to write it in, so I'm just going to write it in my factored form because that's what matches with the information we are given. So meow, to graph this equation, when you're graphing in factored form, you start by graphing your x-intercepts. So for that, you can look at up here. You have x-intercepts at 6, 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, and negative 2, 0. To get the vertex, you have to count halfway in between. So if you visualize kind of counting halfway in between, you end up at 2, which means that your vertex is somewhere on this line where x equals 2. So to figure out where, in other words, what y value, you're going to plug 2 in for your x's in your equation. So y equals 1/2 times 2 minus 6 times 2 plus 2. And calculating that out, we have 1/2 times negative 4 times 4, which gives us negative 8, which means that our vertex is at 2, negative 8. So we plot our vertex. We were given another point in the initial problem, and that was at the point 8, 10. So we can plot that up here and there. Oops, that's not the right spot. Right there. Disregard that point. And then we can use our a value to get other points. Otherwise, I have 5 points from my parabola, so I can connect. And that's how you write the equation and graph.